I'm resilient.
Bedoya brings it down and scores!
I'm relentless. With all these business ventures, I believe, and even with my career, I'm an ambitious person.
The shot! Bedoya with a goal! 1-0 Union!
Beyond the pitch, I think represents exactly what I think Major League Soccer should be all about. It starts with financial literacy. After soccer, most guys are clueless about what they want to do. So I think it's important for guys to focus on business ventures that interest them, they're passionate about, they'll be involved with for many more years to come. My name is Alejandro Bedoya. I'm the current captain and midfielder for the Philadelphia Union. I'm also an aspiring businessman, entrepreneur, and investor. Yes, my soccer journey started at an early age. My background is Colombian. Both of my parents are from Colombia. My grandfather played professionally in Colombia. My father played as well. He ended up coming over to the States on a scholarship, soccer scholarship. So from a very early age, from the day I was born, I was pretty much born with a ball on the side of my bed, always playing in the yard, whatever fields we could find. I went to Fairleigh Dickinson University my freshman year, and then I transferred over to Boston College. BC was exactly where I wanted to be. I had some interest from European clubs to Sweden, Glasgow Rangers, to France, where I then played for FC Nantes in Ligue 1. During that time, my time in France, I was able to play in a World Cup representing the USA, which was a dream come true for me. After being 9 years in Europe, that it was time to come home, be closer to home, connect with my family and friends. That's where Philadelphia Union came into play. This is my 7th season, 7 years. Being a captain, you're meant to be a leader, right? I think first and foremost, I lead by example. I'm a guy that's willing to always put the work in, and you're gonna see me put the work in. I feel like that's the best way you can lead.
It doesn't have to be pretty, but I want 110% commitment from everybody. 1, 2, 3, come on, boys!
We're here now in Padel House in New York City, in Brooklyn and Williamsburg. And this is another one of my business ventures that I'm really proud of. Living in Europe, we'd always have training camps in Spain. Spain is where Padel is huge. It's the second sport behind soccer, actually. I started thinking about, well, this could be a great business idea to bring to the States. I sketched up a business plan together with my wife and also my teammate, Jacob. Padel really is, on a global scale, the fastest growing sport. Hopefully soon it will become an Olympic sport. And we wanted to make sure that we were the first to market here in the States to have a facility like this. What better place to open in New York City? We're looking forward to expanding, and definitely in the Northeast region. We really want to capture the market out here and then see if we expand. We've looked at, I would say, well over 300 locations. The search continues. We've got a few LOIs out there. Hopefully, we'll be seeing more Padel houses out there. I'm also involved with an creative art agency called Iconoclast. My partners, Nickel and Sky, formed it together.
Alejandro had written us and said, hey, I'm following along, you guys, of what you're doing. I'm super into it. You know, I've been following you guys since we met, right before the World Cup. Would love to meet up sometime. So I was like, oh, that's amazing. You know, I'm a big soccer fan, so I was like, great, that's Alejandro Bedoya. So we came back, we went up, we visited Alejandro one night and started talking about just some of the projects that we were working on and this agency, the idea of the agency and what we were about to do. Alejandro's roommate of the time, Jeff Cameron, they kind of both jumped in and were like, we're in.
You know, just a tagline and then evolved into something that is so much greater than we probably could have imagined when we first started out.
Yeah, definitely. And as a Latino, I could appreciate the tagline, being also interchangeable with Solo Pa Adelante.
Definitely.
That campaign I thought was really good. We kind of just hit it off. I have a liking for art. I grew up in hip hop culture and with graffiti and kind of the street art, and that's kind of what they do. So Iconoclast, the creative art agency, is kind of bridging that gap between artists, art estates, museums, institutions, and galleries, and working with brands.
Recently, last week, we just wrapped up Louis Vuitton sneaker project, Louis Vuitton trainers. So obviously, we've worked on a bunch of different artists working on collectibles. We have a great relationship working on projects with Beats by Dre. One of the great things about Ale is he has a wonderful eye for art. I'm always going through his Instagram, seeing like new artists that he's picking up on or whoever. there's a constant need, right, of new talent, fresh faces. And Ali's always been on the forefront of that. Since the day that I met him, he's always been, I know it's a cliche line, but he's more than an athlete. He wants to not just look at the numbers, but he also wants to look at the design. Like, he really wants to be a part of, the agency overall. So I do look forward to that day that he gets to be here full time.
The whole team there at Iconiclass has done an amazing job of becoming now, kind of a leader in this space and doing some cool work. And I'm just happy to be a part of that team and that I took that leap of faith in them and trusted them. I like to lead off the field as well with certain social issues. I've been very vocal in gun violence and gun advocacy. By leading off the field, I think I make it more comfortable for others in my locker room to be able to speak out on certain things, to feel comfortable that their voice matters. I was able to join an organization called Everytown, which is an amazing organization here in the States that is really raising a lot of awareness for gun violence. They were a huge reason as well why the bipartisan Safer Communities Act recently got passed by the Biden administration. And that was something that I was really honored to be a part of, to be able to attend the White House for the ceremony and official signing of that act. And I'm gonna continue to do what I can to keep raising awareness for gun violence. The parallels between business and soccer, I think they're very similar. You're very goal-oriented, right? My approach is the same with certain business ventures, is to be goal-oriented. When I get involved and I have an investment and skin in the game, well, I'm gonna wanna be involved because I'm gonna wanna make sure it works out, not just for myself, but for everybody involved, right? So the way my soccer career has been, I would say a bit underrated.
Bedoya! It's a first half knockout!
And I think that's a similar way I see certain things, Between 5 and 10 years, some of these businesses actually, I can be really, really actively involved. Financial flexibility, I think, is crucial. I am soon gonna be done playing, so I look forward to definitely being involved post-playing career.